Hello today. How are we? Happy Thursday to me? No, happy Thursday to you. My Thursday is going to be happy because I'm going to make all of you happy. Hello, Grand Madam. How you doing? Paul Martin in the building. He's saying hi to Grand Madam. He saying hi to me. Come on. Ain't your mama taught you better? And you supposed to say hi when you walk in somebody's house. I'm playing. But say hi. Anyway, I got a very interesting show tonight. See, the content I had prepared changed. So, being an improvisationalist, I had to switch up / adjust on the fly. So all of the stuff that I got listed as talk topics, we're still going to talk about them. However, you might get just a little bit more than what you had originally bargained for. Okay? I'm gonna wait till a couple more y'all get in the building because boy, I'm about to throw up on y'all nonstop, figuratively speaking, of course. Groovy in the building. What up? Javon Bliss in the building. What's up, Big J? What's popping? What's cracking? Loving it. Y'all just okay. All right, y'all on CP time. It's cool. That's why I started a little later because I know the demographic I'm dealing with. Come on, yo. What's up, sir? How you doing? Yes, that is the president of the Black Panther fan group and a very, very vigorous advocate on X. Anywho, we in the building, y'all. We about to we about to go in. I got a nice little show lined up for y'all. We're gonna dig in, man. We're gonna talk about some people. I should probably close that, huh? Mother's gonna be riding through on motorcycles and whatnot. I guess I'm gonna have to sweat for about an hour and a half. It's all good though. I will sweat for the Rock With Me Nation. Will I bleed for y'all? I don't know. Yeah. Certain members of the Rock With Me Nation, I would shed blood for, or at least strive to protect, to cherish, so to speak, because some of y'all are worth the price of admission. You are honorable people, and you have shown yourselves to be honorable people outside of this here venue. You know what I'm getting ready to do, y'all? I'm getting ready to grab me a towel because if I'm gonna be sitting up in this bitch sweating, I want to be able to at least wipe it. Yeah, I choose my Royals towel because I choose my Royals towel. What can I say? I'm a Kansas City boy, so I'm gonna rep Kansas City to the fullest. Yeah, dig? They might not be doing so well, but they still my team. Let's do it like that. Okay. Did any of y'all catch my Sky Moore video? They shadow banning us. Let me shut up. They might shadow ban me more. Wow, it was like 6, 7, 8 people in here just ran out. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. No, I'm not. We only 4 minutes in. Nah, I ain't gonna get started yet. I'm gonna ask y'all, how was y'all day? How was Thursday treating the Rock With Me Nation? Are we seeing things that we want to see? Are we learning things we want to learn? Okay, I will go at least. Your time is important. Your time is precious. So I am going to. Oh, Kamoyo say, still got to catch that video. I know you a Steelers fan, Kamoyo. So it might not mean too much. I just kind of expressing collective fan frustration. Okay, is long story short, we got a cat on the team that ain't producing. He's taking up a spot that could be used by somebody who could potentially be productive. So send him somewhere like Cleveland, send him somewhere like San Diego, send him somewhere like Indianapolis. Yeah, I mean, give them somebody that just runs real fast but don't do nothing when they run real fast. What good is 4.2 speed if you can't catch the ball? He's a receiver. Why can't he catch the ball? Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that. If y'all want to watch the video, y'all can watch the video. Matter of fact, why I got to be by myself? Let me show you, man. I even put on my jersey for it and everything. There's the link, y'all. If y'all want to watch the video, it's called No More. Some Chiefs fans have had it. Man, you've been on the squad 4 years and you ain't got 900 yards receiving. Get yo. Let me stop. I'm gonna keep it respectful. Oh, and they say I should share my link. There, I shared my link. Okay, still got to catch the video. Hey, there's my dog. DLB in the building. Okay, it's a party now. All right, here's how we gonna do this. Bump it. Get in where you fit in. Death is a part of life. And I know a lot of times we take the death of celebrities more seriously than we take the death of people that we know. What's up with that? How come, you know what I'm saying? How come that ain't a situation? Hang on a second, y'all. I gotta make some changes real quick on some stuff because there we go. Yeah, my internet is acting foolish, so I'm going to exercise the power of the power. I'm like, how the hell y'all got gigs? And I don't mean gigs like at a job. I mean a gig like gigabytes. Y'all got too many. So here we go, y'all. Like I was saying, death's a part of life. And we seem to have this thing where we say, when the celebrities die, they always die in threes. Can I get a qualifier for that? Is that 3 celebrities a weekend, 3 celebrities a week, 3 celebrities a month? It's really I think more than anything else, we're more shocked about the fact that somebody died. And, you know, people are more afraid when they hear about somebody else that's better off than them, that's more affluent than them, that's more popular than them. Well, if that person can die, then death is equal opportunity, y'all. That being said, okay, depending on the measurement, okay, that's 4. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there is 1 or 2 more that that have passed in the month of July. And some of them we acknowledged and some of them we did not. I think 2 of those singers that are in that picture were not acknowledged as much as maybe they should have been, because we don't know nothing about some of them. But death is death and life is life, and how you spend life and death is important. Picture on the top left, that is a picture of Connie Francis. Connie Francis was a singer in the 50s, 60s. She sung a lot of ballads, a lot of pop songs. I can only name 2 off the top of my head. I'm old, but I ain't that damn old that I know Connie Francis songs. Who's Sorry Now, and Pretty Little Baby. I think there's one where she said, "I'm sorry I broke your heart." But I get a lot of them artists of that era mixed up because, again, not my era. Bottom left, as you can see, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath frontman, reality show guru, passed quietly in his home. I either want to go like that or I want to go in the act of coitus. That'd be a very ideal way to go. But if I can't. Ozzy Osbourne, I can tell you right now, the only time I listened to Ozzy Osbourne was because I had to in the Navy. And what we did in the Navy, at least in boot camp, when we were cleaning the barracks, you know, as it always happens, we break off into groups, ethnic groups, you know, affinity, similarities. You know what I'm saying? The Filipinos all split up and hung out together. The Caucasian people all split up and hung out together. Brothers all hung out together. You know what I'm saying? But when we all came, you know, we was a company. We was bad too. But when we were cleaning, we liked to listen to music, right? And when we listen to music, you know what I'm saying? You know what we listen to. You know what I mean? We listening to Cameo. You know what I'm saying? We listening to Grandmaster Flash, the Furious 5, LL Cool J. We listen to stuff like that. But the white people want to hear Van Halen. The white people want to hear Black Sabbath. The white people want to hear Judas Priest. You know what I mean? So we came to this little agreement. All right, since the black folks and the white folks are the 2 largest groups, we gonna play black music for 30 minutes while we clean. Then we gonna play white music for 30 minutes while we clean. Coincidentally, our company commander, he was a black guy. But you know what? Not gonna go into that. Anyway, bottom line, that's how we know Ozzy Osbourne. That's how, you know what I'm saying, I was forced to become familiar with Ozzy Osbourne. The man in the middle, of course, he got one song that made him popular, and he rode that mug till the wheels fell off. That in the middle is Chuck Mangione. I don't think he's related to that other Mangione guy, but he was a lot of people called him a trumpet player, but Chuck Mangione did not play the trumpet. Chuck Mangione actually played the flugelhorn. Surprise. Okay. And he had that one song, Feel So Good. And that mug went platinum too. That probably made a lot of people remember, huh? I wonder if I get in trouble for doing that. Are they gonna cut that part out? Okay. Oh, Kamoyo. Yes. Yes. Yes, I do. And the equipment still works, if anybody wondering. There's a bunch of dudes in here. Y'all ain't wondering. Anyway, whoa. Grew up on Black Sabbath and Dio. Okay. Different strokes, man. Different strokes. I guess my thing was I dived off headlong into jazz because I was playing the trumpet. And of course, he was one of the inspirations, even though he didn't play the trumpet. He, Dizzy Gillespie, those were the two more than anything else that made me like, hey, I think I want to try that. And Louis Armstrong. And I was like, I think I want to try that. You know what I mean? And I was all right. I was decent. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nothing to write home about. But yeah. I liked Chuck, and Chuck got me off into some other stuff, and Bonnie James, what else? Freaking the Rippingtons, Shadowfax, Spyro Gyra, a lot of just went nuts in jazz, like modern jazz. And then the modern jazz maybe started listening to Coltrane and Monk and Art Blakey. And so I got into, yeah. So that was all for me. That was all mainly or mostly because of Chuck Mangione. You know what I mean? So I know, Grand Madam, right? When I saw the picture of him this morning I read about it, I'm like, Chuck Mangione died? Oh my goodness. I thought Chuck Mangione was gonna live forever and he was gonna play that same song forever. Yeah. And then of course, everybody been talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner. I know y'all saying, what about Hulk Hogan? Well, my response to all of those people who are saying, what about Hulk Hogan? My response is, what about Hulk Hogan? I'm sorry he died, but I'm sorry he died. Like I said, I led off with, we all live, we all die. I tell people all the time, you born breathing to death. Y'all can use that if you want to. You're born, and think about it, you're born breathing to death. But you don't focus on the breaths. You focus on the life. That's what we're supposed to do. That's why they call, when we talk about these people, that's why they call it a celebration of life. We ain't celebrating their death. We celebrating what they did. I don't know too much about what Connie Francis did. But the two songs I know about Connie Francis, I can celebrate. I don't know too much more than folks who watch the Osbournes and, you know what I'm saying, the Black Sabbath I was exposed to. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? But I celebrate because I always hear fun stories about Ozzy Osbourne, and he sounds like he was a lot of fun at parties, and he did more drugs than he needed to. Chuck Mangione, again, like I said, inspiration. Theo, what can I say about Theo? I called him Theo. That's how ensconced he is in the lexicons of our thought processes. Malcolm. Can't forget about Malcolm. Now, even though I didn't know Malcolm personally, I felt like a lot of the stuff he did and said as a kid on that show resonated with me. And his girlfriend was fly. Justine was, she's a little cutie, wasn't she? Yeah. Malcolm Jamal Warner. I saw a video of Malcolm Jamal Warner driving in Atlanta before I think a day or two before he went to Costa Rica, and he was being positive, man. He was wishing everybody well and have a good day and all of this, and even said, and that's what made it so uncanny, you never know when. So that kind of sparked something in me. So I won't say we don't know the hour. We don't know the hour. Paul Martin, you know what? He dated the not so late Regina King too. Put that one in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah, he used to date Regina King. Wow. Can you imagine the power couple they would have been if they got married? Came up listening to everything from soul to jazz to rock to metal to hip hop. Everything. Everything but country. I mean, like I said, in the military, I don't know. It kind of, because there was a moment there where, like, during Desert Storm, I was listening to Queensryche. Look up Queensryche and listen to some of the stuff they got. But they had this slow song called Silent Lucidity. That right there, when I heard the title, and I'm like, Silent Lucidity, that's kind of uncommon for a rah type band. And then I listened to it, and it was like, okay, maybe all these songs aren't about Satan and evil and all of that type of thing. Maybe they are actually trying to say something. Because I know the guy at boot camp, he was a white guy, he was trying to turn me on to Judas Priest. And I did kind of, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, rest in power, Connie Francis, Ozzy Osbourne, Chuck Mangione, and of course, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Malcolm Jamal Warner is named for Malcolm X. Did you know that? And the Jamal I think he's named for is a jazz pianist. So again, there you go. So we started off talking about, well, let's just go and get through this. Because it's gonna get ugly before it get pretty. Graham Adams say, I think people can feel their end coming. I'm letting everyone know when it's my turn. I want a great turnout. Okay, fair enough. If I know when I'm going, yeah, definitely. I've been preparing for it for years, but yeah, it's just something about when it's impending that makes it that much more urgent to address some of the things that we want or need to address sometimes. All right, speaking of addressing some shit, first let me grab this image right here. Boy, we about to have some fun now, y'all. We about to have us a hoot. Look at here. Now, I was holding off on this, but now, since this Caucasian people sometimes don't understand the ramifications of what they do, and sometimes they behave abnormally when behaving normally would be the way to go. Case in point. Yeah, I know this horse right here has been beaten and beaten and beaten and beaten to death. Andrew Byron. Let's talk about Andrew Byron for a second. Okay, now, unless you're under a rock, you done heard about this fool. He was a CEO billionaire of a tech firm called Astronomer. And he decided that he was he decided he was going to go to a concert with his side piece. Okay, let me wipe the sweat off my face first. Oh my goodness. He decided he was going to go to a concert with his side piece. Chris Martin, head man of Coldplay, decided he was going to have, y'all done heard the story. The Jumbotron, the kiss cam, whatever you want to call it. My man's in that pose right there. And instead of being cool as a cucumber, he decided to go ninja vanish. And her, y'all should have practiced this. Practice, baby. If something happened, you go that way, I go this way. We meet at the car in 20 minutes. That's what you were supposed to do. You know what I mean? And my absolute power corrupts absolutely. This man was a billionaire. Well, is a billionaire with a B. You are the father of teenage children? Do you know? And this is me as a teenager. If I found out one of my peers' daddy was boning somebody at his job, I would be relentless. I would come down on them Negroes like a ton of bricks. They would have got destroyed at school. They probably wouldn't, well, school's out. But when they go back to school, yeah, they gonna get roasted. You know what I mean? They probably getting roasted on social media right now. Dad wasn't thinking about nothing but his dick. You know what I mean? But that's not it. That's not it. This fucktard don't know how to stay out of trouble. That right there is Sophie Rain. Sound like a porn star name. Close. She's not a porn star. She's an OnlyFans model. As if that term don't even register with me. OnlyFans model. You're not a model. Models don't do things with sex toys. But anyway, guess how much Sophie Rain made last year on OnlyFans? Sophie Rain made $43 million on OnlyFans. And you can kind of see why, huh? Andrew Byron dropped $40K on her. So Andrew Byron helped her to get a lot of guap. Now, here's the thing. In messages on OnlyFans, he told her, I'm married. She said, that's okay. Most of the guys that give me my money. She didn't say most of the guys give me. Most of the guys I deal with. Yeah. And he proceeded to trick it off with her. After he cheated on his wife, his ex put that information out for everybody. That's how I got it. His ex put the information out for everybody to see. So now this dumbass is a dumber ass. Oh, did I mention she only 20 years old? She 20 years old. And she even told the wife, hey, if you need some sympathy, an ear, or someone to cry, I'm here for you. For his wife. The chick he tricking all his money off to is there for his wife. That sounds like a movie. And how is this dumbass gonna try to sue Coldplay? You gonna sue Coldplay because you got caught cheating? Make it make sense. The math ain't mathing at all. If you try to sue Coldplay, you gonna lose more of your money. And you done already been kicked out of your company. Come on, stupid. Make a smart move. Make a smart move. Please make a smart move, Andrew, because this child with the fake booty ain't it. You probably helped pay for that ass, Andrew Byron. You probably helped pay for that booty. She like, shit, this fool done gave me 40K. That's enough for a BBL right there. Let me go ahead and thank daddy for paying for my BBL. Simping trick ass. I can't stand tricks. I cannot stand tricks. It ain't tricking if you got it. That's a damn lie. It is tricking, whether you got it or not. Tricking is tricking. Period. Don't matter if you're a millionaire or a billionaire. As you can see, even billionaires can be tricks. Trick ass tricks. Tricks are for tricks. Silly rabbit. Silly ass rabbit. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Don't trick like that. Let me say hi to the people that pulled up in here. Rock with me, nation. Shouts out from LJ Panther. LJ Panther, my dude, what's going on? Welcome to the dance. Welcome to the dance. Did you say he was power tricking? Come on. 40K? And you ain't seen no parts of the Virginia? 40K. Well, I guess 40K like $40 when you're a billionaire, huh? Yeah. Grace, I saw his wife. She fixing to get her lick back in a tragic way. Oh, yeah. She finna get pizzy-izzy-izzy-aid. Okay? Yeah, you, Andrew Byron, if you see this video, you, sir, are a dumbass. You are a dumbass. Okay? You're a billionaire with a B. Why didn't you go see Coldplay in Frankfurt somewhere if you was going to be trying to be creeping and sneaking? Then that way you'd have felt a little more comfortable on the Jumbotron and you didn't want to ninja vanish, poof, and try to... I ain't got no sympathy for the cat. I ain't got no sympathy for him. Everything he did, self-inflicted BS that was easily avoided if you, I don't know, just where she bought them cheeks from. I don't know. I don't fool with fake booties. Hey, if your booty fake, I ain't got nothing for you except advice. Get that shit out of you. Oh my goodness. Andrew Byron is just a pretty face. He doesn't have good sense. That's why his wife married him. Here, I'll clear that up real quick. This Paul is the side piece he was caught with. This Paul is the 20-year-old that he dropped 40K on OnlyFans, and his wife exposed that information That's why I'm telling you about it right now. So, there. You're all caught up. Grandmother said that did it. I'm turning in my cards and going on OnlyFans. Bruh, if I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. If you can, because it's a niche for it. I know it's a niche for it. You could put the tarot cards everywhere and say, never mind. That's my dirty mind. I'm sorry. I'm just it would work, but don't do it. I have too much respect for you, Queen. Don't do it. I know you playing, but you know. Come on, you'll say trick ass, tricks, mark ass, marks, skanks, scallywags, and scurrilous skeezers is what we used to say back in the day. But scallywags and woo-wops, hood rats, yamps, whatever you want to call them. Yes, Paul, he is mad thirsty and he need to go sit his old ass down somewhere. The game ain't played like that. You know what I'm saying? It's made to be sold, not told, and he ain't selling nothing. And he's a billionaire. You stingy. Tyler Perry's side chick shenanigans coming to a concert near you. Or Coldplay is fucking up people's marriages. Chris Martin is a dog. He's a mutt. Oh my goodness. Oh, you are chilling at Thursday Live. I am D-Real. And we talking about stuff that could be avoided, but they chose not to avoid it. Oh my goodness. Ooh. There you go. Grand Madam, you got pretty feet? Bam. There you go. Yes, they do. I knew a cat that has so many pictures of women's feet. It covered the entire floor of his room, his hallway, and his bathroom. Well, this is a grown-ass man who sleep on a bunk bed. So, there you go. You know what, y'all? Since I'm on it, you know what I mean? It seemed like we firing on all cylinders today. So I want to talk about the justice system in this country. We're gonna get to some comic book shit. I promise you. We're gonna get to some comic book shit eventually. But whoa. She said, I do have pretty feet. I have a friend who does feet on OnlyFans. She bought 2 houses on that site. What you waiting on? Go ahead, show your feet, girl. Go ahead, show your feet. Show your feet off. Anyway, the justice system. I've taken a lot of time and thought about this. Okay. Ready? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, that is an image of a rapper by the name of Cash Out. Okay. Cash Out. If you listen to Cash Out's music, first of all, the music ain't that deep. Okay. It's basically some dirty coochie music is what it is what it boils down to. But that's not the reason that I brought Cash Out up. Cash Out, like many young black men, is currently incarcerated. Why is this man incarcerated? He is incarcerated because basically he graped somebody and he was spimping and spandering. Take the S off. You know what it is. Nowadays, spimping and spandering is the equivalent of STing. I got a friend right now in jail. Well, I wouldn't say, I call him an associate. I got an associate locked up right now over some ST charges. I can't help you when you decide you're going to do things like that. But here's the thing. This young man got life in prison plus 70 years. 70. Okay, now, quick lesson on the law. When somebody says I sentence you to life in prison, that is generally anywhere between 23 to 25 years. Meaning, if you spend 25 years in jail, you done spent your life in jail. But sometimes judges can impose shit like what got imposed on him because of the severity of the crime and to teach someone a lesson, punish them. Okay. He's 34 years old right now. And he got life. 25 plus 70. That's 95. So basically, the young man got 100 fucking years. The severity of the crime. Okay. Maybe I should go and get particulars and find out, but I am willing to wager this young man has not committed a crime that is as severe as that Negro. First of all, Cash Out ain't got the money he got. Second of all, Cash Out ain't got the influence he got. And maybe that's why he got 95 years, because he ain't got the money this guy got. He ain't got the influence and power, corrupt as it may be, that this guy got. So I ask you, between them three people, him, and him, don't you think that motherfucker need to be serving 23 with an L plus 70? He definitely does. But I bet you he ain't even gonna do 10. Sprinkle that around. Let me spread that around. Now, I don't want to talk bad about a black man. I don't want to run a black man down. But I'm a Libra. And so I believe in fairness. I believe in fucking justice. I believe in people getting what they deserve. That man deserve a harsher sentence than that man? Bullshit. Okay? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Let me say that again with a different picture. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And sometimes you just a plain old effing nut. You know what I mean? You just a plain old nut. Question. How the hell is everything going on in this country Obama's fault? Why are we trying to focus on Obama committing treason right when Muggs asks about the Epstein files? Where they at? Check it out. About an hour ago, I want to say, maybe an hour and a half ago. Recording of a Jeffrey Epstein deposition in 2010. They asked Jeffrey Epstein, did he have a relationship with Trump? And he asked them to define the question. They said, have you been seen socially with Donald Trump? And Jeffrey Epstein said, yes, I have been seen socially with Donald Trump. Then they asked, have you been seen with Donald Trump in the presence of young girls under the age of 18? Now, before I tell you what he said, I'm going to ask a question. If I ask you that same question, rock with me, nation, what would your response be? What would your response be? If I ask you, have you been seen with Donald Trump around girls under 18, what would your response be? I tell you what my response was. F no. F no. What the f you talking about? Hell, mother. That's my response. At a deposition. I don't care. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to be like, yeah, exactly, Gray. I'm going to be like, hell no. You know what Jeffrey Epstein said? Under the grounds that I might incriminate myself, I am choosing at this time to evoke my fifth, fourth, and First Amendment rights, or some other. Three of them he invoked. I know it was the fifth and the fourth. So the fuck? Make that shit make sense. That's not the answer you give to that question. Donald Trump a pedophile. Okay, we could only speculate. We could only speculate at this point. But now we don't have to. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that. Boom. Let's see what's going on. Excuse me. Let me see what y'all talking about. If he gorilla pimping, then yeah, charges will be dog piled on him. And he Women were willing is one thing. If they were being forced into, that's another. Diddy and Trump both need to stay in jail. And that's my point. I ain't saying, Kamoyo, by no stretch of the imagination am I saying absolve the boy of guilt. Or reduce. Well, not reduce, but God, 95 years? He ain't killed nobody. You see what I'm saying? He ain't killed nobody. Abuse is one thing. Murder, that's the kind of sentence you give to murderers and serial killers and shit. You know what I'm saying? This man was, come on. I ain't caping for him. No stretch of the imagination. But 95 years, that's excessive. That's excessive AF. I don't care what nobody said. You didn't murder nobody. There's no reason to give somebody 95 years. Trump is wrapped in whiteness so they protect him. Oh my goodness. Pictures of Trump with young girls are all over social media. He owns several beauty pageants. Yeah. But it's one thing to have somebody else indirectly corroborate it. If you my boy, even if I know you a perv, I'm a cover for you. That's the way he's thinking. That's my boy, so I'm a cover for it. Or something gonna happen to you if you say the wrong stuff. Apparently, he said the wrong stuff at some point because he's unalive now. No, it isn't. That's worse than just saying I plead the fifth. He said why he's pleading. That was a test, and he fucking failed. That's not it. 100, right? That's not the way you answer that question. That's like R. Kelly when they asked him, do you date underage women? And his response was, when we say underage, how young you talking? No, Negro, that is not the answer. Robert, you know what I'm saying? Come on now, bruh. I mean, see, y'all got me talking about my brothers. Anyways, that's my point right there. Epstein basically snitched on that fool. Basically. So, why? I don't know. That's cult behavior to me. Why would people continue to support somebody like that? That's cult behavior. Yeah, he better appeal quick in a mud. They trying to keep my boy under the jail. I mean, not my boy, but I mean, you know, I don't really tripping on cash out, but you know, it is what it is. But still, though, that tape, that video clip of that deposition dropped today, about like I said, like about an hour and a half ago. I want to say it was on BBC or somewhere. I don't know, but I know it's out there. I'm gonna have to search it out. But yeah, man, it's 100. He all but snitched him out. You know, if anybody you don't like excessive sentences, if anybody deserve an excessive sentence, it's the Cheeto man. 34 counts, you convicted on him. That's why he doing everything he can to stay in that office over 4 years. He reps them. Now we get to call all MAGA folks pedos. I don't call everybody a pedo. I'm gonna just call the pedos pedos. You know what I'm saying? But that's a damn good chunk of information. How y'all gonna deflect that? Well, he's got the right to plead the fifth. No, you answer that question. Damn the fifth. The man got to do some soul searching. Not enough to say maggots are stupid. How you lose the White House twice to a POS? Yeah, got you. Easy. You hoodwink and bamboozle the Latinos to flip and vote against their interests. That's how you did it. At least the second time. First time was just, we tired of a black president. It could have been a polar bear running, and they probably would have elected the fucking polar bear just because they didn't want a white dude no more. I mean, a black dude no more. I learned that Trump and Epstein spent some time in Little Hat Land, which is a pedo paradise overseas. What does Bibi know? Okay. Okay. Make America great again. How about protect our children from pedos? How about it? I mean, because you kissing on this video footage of them kissing little 13. Oh, that was just an innocent kiss. How the fuck that was an innocent kiss? On top of that, I don't even kiss my 17-year-old daughter on the lips. That does not feel comfortable to me. I kiss her on her forehead, on her cheek. Or I give her the mwah, mwah, mwah. You know what I'm saying? Never mwah. And she's not sitting on my lap when me hugged up on her like we had a Coldplay concert. I'm not moving like that. Latinos hate blacks too. Some do. Yeah, a lot do. You know what I mean? But you would be surprised that, like, for instance, in Compton and East Los, you don't see Crips or Bloods banging with Vatos. Never. That's some movie shit. That's colors. They stay on their side. They stay in Echo Park. They stay in East Los, Long Beach, Compton, Watts. We too busy shooting at each other to go shoot at the Vatos. So, I mean, in general, if we talk about like folks like Puerto Ricans and Cubans and Dominicans, yeah. And that's messed up because they black too. So how you gonna but don't acknowledge that they black. So we hate on the black people. I don't get that. Yeah, what Paul Martin said. Didn't Tim Tebow do a video recently about white men being potential predators to their daughters? I don't know, Theo. I ain't checking for Tim Tebow like that. But if you say so, I ain't got no reason to doubt you, brother. Maybe Tim Tebow did. I mean, maybe Tim Tebow did. Good gosh, this show got depressing very fast. I'm going to need wait. Time out, y'all. Time out. This is going way left. All right. Pivoting to another subject. Is my man Diabolical in here? I don't see Diabolical in here. I wish Diabolical was in here. Well, hopefully he'll watch the hopefully he'll watch the replay of this. We are always trying to get like decent matchups when we get superheroes together and say, let's have this hero fight this hero, or this villain fight this villain. How often are those matchups the kind where, holy shit, that could go either way? Do we see a lot of that where we can engage and argue and debate, or are we just capping for who we think would win? It's one thing to say, I think this individual would win because blah, 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 blah. It's something different altogether to just randomly start spouting BS because that's a character that you like. What am I talking about? All right. I don't think I've ever seen this matchup anywhere. And it's a great one. Mogo versus Ego. Mogo is from DC. Ego is from Marvel. Mogo is a living planet. Ego is a living planet. What we know about Mogo and Ego, and who takes this fight? Why are their names so similar? Did Mogo steal Ego's shtick? Because I know Ego was around before Mogo. So did Ego steal Mogo's shtick? You know what? Let's do this. We're gonna trust the wiki for this. I'm not saying it's perfect, but let's see what the wiki say. Okay. Mogo. Mogo is a superhero appearing in publications by the American publisher DC Comics. Mogo is a sentient planet. And as a member of the interplanetary police force known as the Green Lantern Corps, appearing as a supporting character in storylines that feature that group. Okay. Powers and abilities. I know that's what you're looking for. In addition to the standard powers of a Green Lantern power ring, which is a lot, Mogo can alter his weather and surface conditions, such as plant growth and gravity, and travel through space at faster than light speeds. Keep that one in mind. Mogo has a form of sensory or extrasensory awareness of what is happening around and on it. However, his well-being is largely sustained by the constant supply of energy from a Green Lantern power battery. Without it, he eventually loses his strength and even falls into a seemingly comatose state. Mogo also telepathically guided the Green Lantern power rings to their bearers. Okay. It's funny that you should mention Unicron because I just watched a death battle between Unicron and Galactus today. Marvel Comics. Ego. All right. Ego is a fictional character appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. The character first appeared in Thor 132, 1966. It's way before Mogo. Powers and abilities. Ooh, his section is a little longer than Mogo's. Okay, the living planet named Ego has been called a bioverse. Every part of his substance, including the atmosphere itself, is alive as much as it is controlled by the consciousness of Ego. He often molds his surface to appear as a giant face to address sentient beings and can shape his terrain at will, capable of transforming his surface into a dead world or a beautiful paradise to lure unwitting space travelers. Ego has various internal features similar to a biological life form, with his consciousness being contained in a giant brain-like organ below the surface. Keep that in mind. To defend himself, Ego can generate massive tentacles and antibodies, non-sentient humanoid warriors that he commands. Ego can also create clouds to block space attacks, raise his internal temperature, and manipulate his magnetic fields. Ego can generate vast psionic energies that rival a hungered Galactus at their peak. So he's as powerful as a hungry Galactus, not a satiated one. He can project energy blasts that obliterate starships, read minds, and scan their biological structure, and communicate to sentient beings using telepathy. Additionally, Ego is exceptionally intelligent, although, as his name suggests, he harbors an extreme superiority complex and can be emotional if thwarted. For a while, Ego was propelled through space via the engine Galactus implanted on his south pole, but eventually gained control of the ability to travel at faster than light speeds without it. Okay. Bearing all that in mind, who takes this fight? Or who do you think takes this fight? To me, Ego seems the more versatile opponent, but let's bear in mind, Mogo is a Green Lantern. Green Lanterns basically make thoughts reality. Could Ego beat Mogo? Possibly. I mean, he could beat Mogo, but would he beat Mogo? Ego has better feats, but as the name suggests, Ego has a superiority complex. He already thinks he can beat everybody. You got your ass kicked by Thor. Not to say Thor's a pushover, but Thor kicked your ass on you. I thought Epoch designates the protector of the universe, not Ego. And then Ego's not an elder. Yeah, Ego can be dealt with by Galactus. Galactus handled him more than once. I remember Thor went to Galactus and was like, Galactus, can you beat this guy up for us? Yeah, I think Mogo takes this. Because, I mean, Green Lantern. If he was just a planet with powers, maybe not. But he's a Green Lantern too. The offensive capabilities are off the chart. The defensive capabilities are off the chart. There's so many different things I could do as a planet with a power ring. I could make a big power ring spear and skewer Ego. I could make beings that infest him and get in that brain and destroy it or damage it. Remember on the Fantastic Four cartoon, Ben Grimm went inside Ego and took something to detonate on his brain and threw it at his brain and blew his brain up. Now Ben Grimm can get down there and do that. I'm pretty sure Mogo can send a construct down there too. So that's my thought process. I guess size matter if they're gonna be running into each other like billiard balls. I guess that would matter then, but I don't know. Size. Galactus beat Ego, but I mean Galactus has tremendous power. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to size. I don't think size would be the issue. You know, Ego could be a small moon next to a planet, but could give that planet problems. Still, I believe Mogo takes this conflict. I got a lot of them, man, because I sit down and think, because I see Death Battle. I was like scrolling through their different fights, and I watched a couple of them, and I was like, Okay, Thor's a great character. Thor's a fantastic character. But Thor is not ripping Raiden in half. Raiden from Mortal Kombat? See, what Death Battle did with that fight, they drew on all of Thor's lore and only drew on some of Raiden's lore. If we talk about Raiden, talk about all the Raiden. Talk about that game on PS3, DC Universe versus Mortal Kombat, where Superman and Raiden squared up, and Raiden held his own against Superman, and Superman done kicked Thor's ass. So, come on, Wiz and Boomstick. Do your damn research. If y'all do research, or they just put a bunch of numbers in your face to dazzle you. So, I don't know. That's what made me do it. It's like, okay, even these cats, they got millions and millions and millions and millions of followers F up sometimes and don't get it right. So, it is what it is. Omega Red versus the Eel. How about Omega Red versus either Typhoid Mary or the Parasite? Here's one for the books. Okay. Now, I want to speak to my action figure diggers. Diggers. I want to speak to my action figure diggers. You folks that love action figures like I love action figures. McFarlane got some high dollar action figures out there. They're hot because right now certain commodities are hot. And right now DC, at least until tomorrow, we'll have to see. DC is still ascendant at the box office as far as summer blockbusters. This puppy, this puppy right here is it's one of those high dollar value junks I was telling you about. This is the Superman. This is the Superman and Crypto 2-pack by the McFarlane Collector Edition. It has resurged in popularity for obvious reasons. Superman has a good movie out, a decent movie out. Crypto is in that movie, and doggone it. What's the dog references? That cape Crypto has is made of cloth. It's not wire, but it's cloth. Easy thing, real easy thing. Sew the seam around it and then shove like some twisties from the bread in it. Boom! Wire cape. Done. Wire capes are the way to go, y'all. If you can alter to a wire cape, alter to a wire cape. Yeah, well, yeah. I will say this much, and I will say it for all three of the figures I'm going to show y'all tonight. If you can find it under 50, get it. Sometimes some people don't know what they have and they're just anxious to get rid of it. So they post it on sites like, like Amazon and eBay and Mercari and places like that for dirt cheap, not knowing the true value of the figure. Another figure that's super popular. I do not know why this one, well, yeah, I do. This one is more popular and more expensive than the Supergirl. The Supergirl ain't cheap, but this one is more than the Supergirl. I mean, probably for obvious reasons. We've been waiting for another one of these, and now we're like, oh, funny. You should mention that. You say, Kingdom Come, Superman. You said, Kingdom Come, Superman. Already. I be on it. I be on it. Anyways, so yeah, I've seen some toy collectors that are they are buying custom torsos for Power Girl and making her a little more boom. You know what I mean? And they don't realize it. You're driving the value of that figure down when you do that. Matter of fact, you driving the value of a figure down when you take that bitch out the box. I'm not calling Kara a bitch. I'm using the word as a noun. Anyways, last one on the list. Oh my gosh. This thing is sold out on the McFarlane site. This thing is sold out at Big Bad Toy Store. And the ones that are on eBay and Amazon and places like that, mugs are asking for astronomically effing ridiculous prices for this right here. And I don't know why. How did how did Hawk Girl get so popular? And this right here is this is the platinum edition. And the difference between the regular, oh, by the way, I pulled the trigger on, so this should be coming real soon. But the wing color, okay? Platinum edition, brown wings. Regular edition, gray wings. I would love to have the platinum version. This right here. I have seen it in some places for a C note. Nah. D-Real is not paying a C note for Hawk Girl. Now I will pay about, I paid about 40 because I knew that was the cheapest I was gonna get. You know what I mean? I'm not getting ready to go 50, 60, 70, 80. If I do, that's a holiday. That's an occasion. That's my birthday. That's Christmas. That's, you know what I'm saying? $100? I mean, or 100 plus. Because I mean, there are high-end figures that are collectibles that ain't cheap. For instance, Mythic Legions. Mythic Legions is a great line, but I only fool with the Mythic Legions that's in my price range, because there are Mythic Legions, there's stuff that's $100, $200, $300. If I'm gonna pay over a C note for an action figure, bruh, that better be a bad motor scooter. You know what I'm saying? It got for $100. Man, that mug better do something besides stand there and pose. For $100, I want one of them ones like them Transformers that transform and talk and walk and all. Yeah, for that much money, bro, you gonna have to give me more than just a little 6-7 inch action figure. You know what I'm saying? 112, 110 scale ain't gonna do it, baby. Real talk. But that Hawk Girl is a gem, man, and it is. I've seen it on some other people's pages, and they have taken like that head off, and they have a custom Shira head with no Hawk helmet on, and she just kind of, yeah. So I'm like, that's cool. I can get behind that. But yeah, we will definitely be doing a action figuring when I get mine. So y'all stay strapped, tuned, and ready to see that. Let me rock through these comments real quick, and then we'll get to the next situation we're facing. Been reading DC for over 50 years, and I still don't know Thanagarian's strength level. I am to understand Thanagarians are more durable than they are strong, and wearing nth metal, we all know the properties of nth metal. I did a video on nth metal and vibranium. You should check that out. Allows someone wearing nth metal, first of all, to fly and to carry weight greater than what they would be able to carry without nth metal. So if that helps, depends on the nth metal, but standard strength level for, you know what, because you are who you are, Mr. Always wanting answers. I am going to give you answers. Because we don't have to sit around and wonder. Okay. Planetarians. Humanoid. 4 limbs, 10 fingers, 10 toes. Alien physiology. Thanagarians possess several gifts that are common to members of their race, but sets them apart from normal humans. A Thanagarian's lifespan is significantly greater than that of a normal human being. At 100 years of age, a Thanagarian resembles a 30-year-old human. A Thanagarian is also physically more endurable. See, told you, more endurance than the average Earth human. They are stronger with greater stamina and a greater resistance to pain. They also have enhanced vision and hearing. So the wiki doesn't put a level on it. I think it would be safe to assume Thanagarians have somewhere between peak human and superhuman strength. That's where I'd put them. And they're a whole hell of a lot more durable than humans. So, there. LJ said, honestly, I like DC Universe Classic Hawk Girl better. I don't know which one I have. Hold on a second. Come here, girl. Come here. Don't hide from me. I know where you are. Come here, girl. Come here. Whoops, that's the Marvel one. Let's go to the DC one. Here is the DC one. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Stand up. When I move, you move. Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that. Hell yeah, DJ, bring that beat back. I have this hot girl. It's cool. It's cool. It's a cool hot girl. But the mobility isn't there with the legs don't have the kind of articulation that I'm looking for. The body, you know what I'm saying? And those wings kind of move around a lot. So yeah. Looking forward to having better wings. Definitely. What else we got? All right. They want that Arab money for the yes, they do. That's Valaverse Vanguard money. Yes. Lucian from League of Legends. Justice League Unlimited made Hawk Girl super popular, and this new Hawk Girl from the movie does not hold a shadow to Shayera Hall. I don't know where you're going to get a little 5'0" girl to play Hawk Girl. And her screaming don't make her look tougher. Nah, not yet. I'm getting it, but yeah, I'm super. Yeah, that's a safe bet. Super soldier level. But I mean, sometimes he's able. Well, enhanced. Yeah. Wonder if it was smarter for DC to be more vague with strength levels than Marvel. Well, I would say, like, for instance, Paul, with Black Adam and Hawkman fighting, you don't know what the level is, but he was taking shots. And so I feel like if he took a shot, more than one shot from Black Adam, that Hawkman got at least, he got it, and they're more durable. So that explains it. You can be durable and not be strong. Wolverine's durable, but he ain't superhumanly strong. So he's superhumanly durable. We're not even durable, just got a healing factor. But yeah, durability is definitely a thing. There are some, like, I would say somebody like Moon Knight. Moon Knight's durable. His fighting style, he got to be durable. His fighting style is based on taking punches. So yeah. Okay. But are there particular action figures, you know what I'm saying, that y'all are, you know, interested in getting at? Holla at me, drop it in the comments. But I'm gonna bring this last one to you, and it's about books. It's about comics, and just wanted to share with y'all some of the stuff I grabbed. Of course, first, shouts out to Brother Joe Illage. We got Bloodletter, issue number 2. I will tell y'all, and if you have already looked at Kamoyo's video on TikTok, you see that Jessica Priest makes an appearance in this issue right here. Now, for those of you that aren't into Image Comics, Jessica Priest used to be, or Jessica Priest is in the position that the character Chapel used to be in, because in original Spawn continuity, Chapel is the person who ends up sanctioning Al Simmons. But since the 97 movie, we've made Jessica Priest that individual. Jessica Priest off to Al Simmons. Good stuff. Good stuff. We find that there is more than just a passing relationship between Jessica Priest and Tasha Thornwall. So, if you have not read this book, I am not going to spoil it, but I am going to do a comic book review on it this weekend. Tasha is doing her thing, to say the least. And we learn more about Tasha. So that's fun. I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to bring you a comic book review this weekend. Another comic book. Oh, y'all already knew. You already knew. Absolute Wonder Woman number 10. We find out, like last issue, she was dealing with somebody named Clea, and Clea got these fishmen as henchmen, and Wonder Woman has teamed up with Ferdinand and Petra, a Minotaur and a young girl, respectively. I have a feeling that Petra is going to end up being the Amazon that Diana was looking for. Don't know. We'll see. But it's a pretty good read. I believe this is part 3 of the My Mother Made Me This Way storyline. Well, let me look. Yeah, part 3, As My Mother Made Me. So yeah, still Kelly Thompson and Hayden Sherman writing and art. If you ain't rocking with Absolute Wonder Woman, you need to start. Art, start, bars. Anyway, yeah, this is a good read. Juju, thank you for being part of the super chat, brother. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Y'all could be like Juju too. You could join the super chat also. It ain't hard to do. You just hit that little icon on my page and follow the prompts. I will thank you, and the Rock With Me Nation will thank you too. So by all means, let's get down. Let's get down for the get down, family. What's going on? Hey, what's going on? Come on, somebody tell me what's going on. Something going on. Oh, Paul Martin is asking a question. I will answer that question forthwith. Paul, I am going to assume you meant Hancock, pause, I think, and not hand kick or hand sick. And the answer to that question is no. No, I have not. But it will be a real easy thing to get a Will Smith head sculpt. And there are several DC multiverse figures that will stand in very well as Hancock body types. So there you go. And of course, last but not least, Space Ghost Annual number 1. This comic book concludes the Council of Doom / Ultima storyline. And it's a doozy. And I've already done a video on it because I brought you this book 2 days in advance of its release. You're welcome. See, this is getting ready to become a channel with a lot of exclusives. So if you are not super chatted up, you are going to miss a lot of those exclusives because I am getting ready to make a lot of my exclusives private. I want to give it to just y'all, the Rock With Me Nation. I want y'all to see it. I want y'all to rock with it because y'all the ones that have been rocking with me. And as we always say around here, we rock with the folks who rock with us. So if y'all keep rocking with me, y'all keep pulling up for me, I keep pulling up for y'all. Y'all already know. So now, oh, who's watching the Clarissa Shields fight this weekend? It's going to be on DAZN, DAZN. Yeah. The boxing channel is what I call it. Or the fight channel. But yeah, she's going up against the New Zealander. she's fighting a New Zealander. Now, as we all know, New Zealand is another way of saying Samoan, Polynesian. Is she ready for that fight? Is what I'm wondering. Is she ready for that fight? Because I don't think Daniel's gonna be playing. I think Daniel's gonna give her some hands. She might beat her, but I think she gonna be in a fight. She's gonna be in a fight. Because I know there was one fight where she was talking about she got hit in her eye and she couldn't see out of it. Bruh. Daniel's got that kind of punching power. And they the same weight. You ever been punched in your face by a Polynesian? I am certain it hurts. I used to play flag football, and the majority of our team was Polynesians. And when we was getting beat, they would start fights. And you know when they fight, they dog piling. Even if they winning, they dog piling. So Me and my homie, whenever we saw one of them getting ready to crash out, we just walk over to the bench casually. Must be over. Like, man, I'm not getting ready to get involved in that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't getting my head socked off my body because I'm not looking and Samoan just swinging at whoever's there. Nah, man, I like my head. I like it on top of my shoulders. And that's where I think it should stay, damn it. So, oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Guess who's coming to, well, he's probably already in town now. Guess who's doing a concert right up the street from me? Lavelle Crump, a.k.a. David Banner. Interesting. Lavelle done came all the way to Alaska, and he's right up the street from the crib. He is throwing a concert over here at the local middle school. The weather hold out. It's gonna be a nice, beautiful, sunny day. He's gonna be partying, kicking it, doing things, and then there's a little club over here up the street. Yeah. So my friend Jasmine Smith is making it all happen. I appreciate her putting on for her community as she always does. But yeah. You know what, Kamayo? That's probably gonna be a better get down, because most of that you can rock with, and you ain't got to worry about him saying nothing disrespectful where you got to cover up your kids' ears. There you go. Do I want to talk to him and have a conversation with him and remind him of how dismissive he was? Nah. I don't need to do that. No reason to. In the fullness of time, we shall see who did what and who didn't, and who will and who won't, and who can and who can't. Marcus Miller in November. Okay. I would like to see, what's my guy's name? Hold up. I don't have to wonder. I could just look him up. Leon Thomas. I would like to see that boy. I listened to his album and she said, "Take your time, don't you rush." I said, "Baby, I'm a dog. I'm a mutt." I like that song. I don't know, for some, it's catchy. You know what I'm saying? And dude actually sings. He ain't doing that that they do now. He actually is harmonizing. Put him on a three-way with Theo. I don't know if I want to do that either. Theo's alter ego is Captain Crash Out. He said, "I crash out on my friends. I crash out for my friends. I crash out on my foes. That's just how it goes. And everybody in the Rock With Me Nation knows." Hey, but those are good people to have on your team. Somebody will crash out for you. Those are great people to have on your team. Every now, even on Key and Peele, Obama had an anger translator. Theo can be my anger translator any day of the week. He is very eloquent at expressing his ire. Oh my goodness, y'all. It is an hour 45, and I I have spoke on everything that I said I was going to speak on. Yes. Yes, I did. I did my job. I talked about them. I talked about him. I talked about them. Oh, y'all already know this nation's cooked, right? Y'all already know that we're about to go down a road where you're gonna have to get your bug-in guides and your anarchist cookbooks and things of that nature and learn to get back to surviving. And I'm not gonna say struggle. Surviving. Surviving. I want to see y'all in 2028. Whole, hell, healthy, and sound in mind and body. So let's do what we need to do so we can do what we want to do. I want y'all to be around. So get ready, get down for the get down. This is only 7 months. We got 3 years and 5 months left. Okay, so again, let's do what we need to do. We know what we need to do. Some of us are doing it. Some of us ain't even started yet. And I don't want y'all to get caught out there when a vote doesn't go the way it's supposed to. I don't get too political, but that's all I have to say about that. I want to see y'all around. So let's do what we need to do. So we don't get snatched. So we don't get shot. So we don't get short sheeted. And that's real talk. Coming from your man D Real. Look here, Rock With Me Nation. I have had a most wonderful live with you folks. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that pull up on my behalf. Rock With Me Nation. I love y'all. I love y'all. This is a great place to be. What you say? Theo said, I graduated from the Samuel L. Jackson School of Advanced Profanity. Yeah, I know. Okay, look here, y'all. I'm about to get up, get out. I gotta get out of this hot ass room, man, because I've been here sweating like a Hebrew slave. Look here, y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Pull up tomorrow. Matter of fact, I will definitely be doing the show tomorrow. It's cooler down there. I need y'all to pull up tomorrow. We Friday vibing. I will get the information out to y'all. Theo hit me up with what you need to hit me up with, what you want to hit me up with. I didn't say need, what you want to hit me up with. And we're gonna pull that into the pool and put it on the air for the people. Look here, y'all. I've enjoyed this here live, but that is it for now. Do my Mr. Rogers thing. That's it for now, y'all. But for right now, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, yo, stay safe, be good, and be good to each other.